How's it going, everyone? So the iPhone 15 is arguably the best iPhone upgrade ever, and I've been using it for the past 2 months now. So in this video, I am going to take you through the 7 things that I love the most about the iPhone 15. So let's get to it. So let's start off with the first thing that I like the most about the iPhone 15, and that is the dynamic island notch. The dynamic island notch is one of my favorite features about the iPhone 15. So for those who don't know what the dynamic island is, it is the new pill-shaped cutout notch that you find on the new iPhone 15. It was introduced on the iPhone 14 Pro, but now it is found on the regular iPhone 15. This is one of the features that I've been enjoying the most, and that is mainly because each and every app on the phone makes use of this to show you notifications and different information on the different apps that you are using. And more developers have now jumped on board and they're starting to make use of this feature. The dynamic island is fluid and is dynamic, so it always changes based on the app that you are using, and it will show you different information. It can either be alerts, notifications, and different information on the apps that you're using. Some apps include YouTube or the music app. Pretty much every app that you can think of, or most apps that you can think of, they somehow make use of a dynamic island. So even things such as utilities, such as your AirDrop, will also make use of dynamic island. Even screen recorder will make use of it. Even utilities such as the flashlight, that also makes use of dynamic island notch. So I love that feature a lot. And then the second thing that I love the most about the iPhone 15 is, of course, the camera, which is the main feature that most people buy iPhones for. And I also buy my iPhones for the camera. So the iPhone 15 has a 48 megapixel camera, which is a huge upgrade from the previous 12 megapixel main camera, which is going to have more picture information and details, which you can use later on to crop and cut out and edit the photos. So it is pretty decent quality that you are getting from this camera, and a huge improvement. And now the camera has 3 optical zoom options, that is 0.5, 1x and 2x optical zoom. Previous standard iPhones only had 2 options, and that was 0.5 and 1x optical zoom. I'm really enjoying these 3 options on the optical zoom. Almost every picture that I take now, I make sure that I take all 3 versions of the photo. So I'm really enjoying this feature a lot. Another feature that I'm enjoying the most on the new iPhone 15 camera is on cinematic mode, you're now able to take 4K 30 frames videos, which look very crisp. So all in all, there's huge improvements on the camera of the iPhone 15. And the next thing that I love the most about the iPhone 15 is also to do with the camera, and that is the next generation portrait. So with this option, you're now able to take photos without having to select whether you want to take a portrait or a normal photo. But later, you can be able to change a normal photo into portrait, or you can do it the other way around, and you can play around with the depth as well. So this improved camera allows you to take more photo information and more depth information and more light, and that enables you to take this new generation portraits. So that's another feature that I am really enjoying the most, because I like portrait photos, and with most of my photos, I also like to take 2 versions. One will be portrait and the other one will be normal. But now with this feature, it also enables me to always have like 2 different copies of the same photo, and I like the fact that I can be able to change my photos later on and play around with the editing there. So that's another pretty useful feature on the camera that I love the most on the iPhone 15. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit a like, and if you like this type of content, consider subscribing to the channel for more content. I also made another video on the things that I hate about the iPhone 15, so be sure to check out that video. I'm going to include the link on the description below. The next thing that I love the most about the iPhone 15 is the design and feel of the phone. So the phone has now a frosted back, and the phone looks more premium, especially the black iPhone 15, which is the one that I use. The other colors, they seem to be less saturated, but the black is the one color that I feel, or I think, looks more premium. And remember, the frosted back was reserved for the Pro iPhones, but now with the regular iPhone 15, we get a frosted back that has a polished aluminum as well. So it just looks pretty decent and it is more premium. So that's the one other thing that I like the most about the iPhone 15. And the next thing that I love about the iPhone 15, which has to do with the display, is the brighter Super Retina XDR display that can actually go up to 2000 nits. So this is a brighter display that you don't have to worry about when you are outside. It can go up to 2000 nits, which is also a pro feature. So this type of brightness was reserved for the pros as well, but now we get that on the regular iPhone 15. So I just like the whole fact that I know that even if I go outside, I want to take pictures or I want to watch something, it doesn't matter how much light is on there, this screen will just do its thing and I'll be able to get a clearer picture on whatever I'm watching. So those are the first 5 things that I love the most. We have 2 more things to go. The 6th thing is the mute button. So I know most people were excited about the action button on the iPhone 15 Pro models, but I still prefer the traditional mute switch that you get on the previous iPhones. And I like the fact that on the iPhone 15, on the regular iPhone 15, we still have that mute switch. I don't know, there's just something about the simplicity of that switch and the satisfaction of when you press it down, you just know that it works and that your phone is on mute. The whole customization, maybe that is a cool feature, but I just feel like it's too gimmicky for that button. So that button, I think it works fine for me. The fact that it just has one functionality, is either I push it up or down, and I'm pretty sure after pushing it down that it is on mute. So I prefer the mute or the functional mute switch over the action button. But I think I thought the same way about the dynamic island. Initially, I thought it was gimmicky. Maybe this is the same thing with the mute switch or the action button. Perhaps later on, once I start using an iPhone that has the action button, I will tend to enjoy the whole action button and the fact that you can customize it into whatever you want. But personally, for now, I think I prefer the more functional mute switch. And now the last feature on the iPhone 15 that I love the most has to do with the performance, and that is the A16 chip. This A16 chip is also borrowed from the iPhone 14 Pro. So this is a Pro chip and it is pretty powerful. It is pretty fast and gives the iPhone 15 that performance that is very fluid. So this is one thing that I've been enjoying the most about the iPhone 15. So you might say that, well, it is a newer iPhone, it has to have a faster processor, but that was not the case. From the iPhone 13 to the iPhone 14, they used pretty much the same processor, so meaning that the speed was pretty much the same. But this time around, the regular iPhone gets an A16, which is from the Pro iPhone. And that is it. We have come to the end of this video. So those are the 7 things that I love the most about the iPhone 15. So let me know on the comments which features you love the most about the iPhone 15. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And also don't forget to watch that video on the 7 things that I hate about the iPhone 15. I'll catch you on the next video.